Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside the Cage. Sean Strickland versus car thief caught on camera. Recently, Sean Strickland had a wild encounter with a suspected car thief. So, get this, he's chilling at home in Las Vegas being all conventional and stuff when he spots this shady character on his Ring camera pulling into his driveway. At the moment, Sean Strickland goes all vigilante on. And guess what? He doesn't just keep it to himself. He takes the whole drama to Instagram. He updated his account with this horrible news to share it with his fans. He wrote, "POV, when someone tries to break into my house." Here's what I know. The guy was drunk stomping out a girl. A security guard saw it. He jumped in his car and drove off. Security followed him, hit a curb, completely shredded his tire, drove on the rim for a while, then jumped out and tried to hide at my house. I initially thought he was stealing my car. He was arrested. In his video, he was going all action hero on an unwelcomed visitor in his driveway. It's like straight out of a movie. Later on, he comes out of his house, then another guy in a red shirt joins him. Meanwhile, the trespasser must have sensed the heat because he bolts to the street, probably thinking he can make a quick getaway. Interestingly, Strickland catches up and gives the guy a solid shove to the ground, and then, bam, points a gun at him. On his official Instagram account, Strickland dropped some comments about the whole situation. Also, a very nice guy. After his driveway showdown, Strickland's shifting gears back to the octagon, and all the fight fans can't wait to see how he defends his middleweight title against Still Knox. So, it's gonna be fireworks for sure. UFC 296 Heated Rivalry. As UFC 296 is just around the corner, Colby Covington is ready to make his latest move. Well, it is happening on Saturday, December 16th at the T-Mobile Arena in Nevada, while on the other side of the coin, Colby's not wasting any time. He's already sending out a warning to Leon Edwards. On his Instagram account, he puts up this intense training video, staring right into the camera like he's sending vibes straight to Edwards. Additionally, he issued a warning to Leon Edwards on Instagram ahead of their UFC 296 clash. In a fiery training video, Colby counted down the 3 weeks left until the fight, suggesting that Edwards wasn't too keen on this matchup. Drawing a historical parallel, he compared Edwards' reluctance to the English who didn't willingly grant freedom to Americans. Particularly, Colby boldly declared that, just like the Americans took their freedom, he's taking the victory on December 16th and bringing the belt back to America, leaving Edwards empty-handed and heading back to the UK.
Tick-tock, Leon. 3 weeks to go. Everybody knows you didn't want this fight, but just like the English didn't even want to give us our freedom here in America, we took it. And December 16th is going to be no different. I'm taking that belt back to America, and you're going back to the UK empty-handed, Junior. See you soon.
Back in March, Leon Edwards spilled on the MMA Hour that he wasn't exactly doing opinion of going toe-to-toe with Colby Covington. He straight up advised against it. However, Edwards is stepping into the cage to defend his title against the privileged Colby Covington. It seems that the octagon's turning into a battlefield of words and fists, and we're all just here for the show. Let the games begin at UFC 296, Tom Aspinall's 69-second KO. Here, the world of MMA got the scoop on the best knockouts of November 2023. First up, Elvis Brenner took down Kenan Khrushchevsky at UFC Fight Night 231. Then, Benoit Saint-Denis pulled off a stunner against Matt Frevola at UFC 295. But hold on. The nominee that caught everyone's eye was Jason Jackson, who went toe-to-toe with Yaroslav Amosov at Bellator 301. And now, the knockout of the month crown goes to none other than Tom Aspinall. This guy went full beast mode, claiming the interim heavyweight title against Sergey Pavlovich. With John Jones sidelined, Aspinall stepped up, took a clean shot early on, but then released a combo that dropped Pavlovich. It only took 69 seconds. Quite impressive. In his post-fight interview with Joe Rogan, Tom Aspinall reflected on the whirlwind of the past 2.5 weeks. Essentially, Aspinall encouraged people to embrace opportunities, even if they seemed intimidating or challenging. Also, he suggests taking risks and facing fears, because in doing so, there is a possibility of reaping rewards. He motivates and urges others to step out of their comfort zones and go for it.
Oh, I can't even tell you, Joe, it's been a crazy 2.5 weeks. Oh my God, I just want to say to everyone at home, listen, if you ever get the chance to do something and you're scared to do it, you should definitely do it, because there's a chance it's going to pay off.
Moreover, Aspinall gets this out-of-the-blue call to step into the octagon against Pavlovich, but get this, it's just 2 weeks' notice. Whereas Tom Aspinall shared his thoughts on facing Sergey Pavlovich, describing him as a big, scary guy. He admitted to feeling a level of fear, stating that he had never been this scared in his life while facing Pavlovich. Despite the fight's nature, Aspinall acknowledging the challenge and expressing self-assurance highlights the whole MMA community.
He's a big, scary guy, you know, he's a really big... I've never been as scared in my life as fighting this guy, but you know what, I got a lot of power too, and I believe in myself.
All in all, Tom Aspinall's journey from an unexpected call to claiming the interim heavyweight title speaks volumes about the essence of embracing challenges. UFC fighter predicts Ferguson-Pettis showdown. Guess what's cooking at UFC 296? Paddy Pimblett's gearing up for a showdown against Tony Ferguson, and man, he's not just looking for a regular fight, he's hoping for an all-out war. Despite Ferguson's recent tough times, Pimblett's got this respect for the guy's resilience. Most importantly, he's eyeballing El Kuki's previous epic clash with Anthony Pettis in 2018. Lately, Pimblett has expressed his thoughts on the energized show. See, he is making it clear that he's aiming for an intense, back-and-forth battle and hard-hitting performance of Anthony Pettis against Tony Ferguson. His desire is for the fight to be a true scrap that leaves both fighters marked and him coming out on top. I want a war. I want to look like Anthony Pettis after he fought him, and I want him to look worse than Anthony Pettis after he fought him. I want a scrap, lad. I'm going to come in and throw down, Pimblett said on the Energized show. However, Paddy Pimblett wants to bring the heat and replicate that war in the octagon, even though he knows that if he goes all out, puts on a show, and grabs the win, there'll still be people out there ready to throw shade. In his chit-chat, he also acknowledges the potential criticism he might face regardless of the outcome. Simply, it reflects the challenges fighters sometimes face in gaining full recognition and credit in the competitive world of mixed martial arts.
I see this as a lose-lose fight for me, because if I did lose, people are like, oh, I got beat by a washed Tony. And when I win, people are going to be like, oh, Tony was washed anyway, doesn't matter, all this. Even though I'm still seeing everyone online picking Tony to beat me. You know what I mean? I know for a fact, even when I win, I'm not going to get any credit.
Overall, Paddy Pimblett has been on a tear, and now he's eyeing a showdown with Tony Ferguson. UFC 296 is going to be one to watch for sure. Michael Bisping reveals fighter's short-notice victory. Michael Bisping is giving his take on the Anthony Smith versus Khalil Roundtree fight. The man spilling the beans on why he's putting his money on Smith, especially considering it's on short notice. So, Michael Bisping broke it down on his YouTube channel about Anthony Smith's daring move to step up on short notice and acknowledge Roundtree's tough reputation. Despite that, he leans towards Smith, emphasizing his experience and ability to handle the striking game against Roundtree. He's rolling the dice, he's daring to be great, he's stepping up on short notice. Khalil Roundtree is the real deal. He's a tough guy. He's got big power. He continued. You've got to favor Anthony in that. He's fought better competition, he's been around longer, he's got bags of experience. I think striking-wise, he can more than handle himself on the feet against Khalil. Essentially, Bisping suggests that Smith has a solid advantage in the grappling game, but admits the unpredictability of a fight and gives props to Smith for taking his career seriously. In the grappling department, I think Anthony is leaps and bounds ahead of him. But hey, it's a fight. He's stepping up on short notice. I'm assuming he's been in the gym, and he's been training, otherwise he wouldn't do it. Anthony takes his career very seriously. So it's proof of the multifaceted nature of the sport, where each fight unfolds as a unique narrative and abilities of the warriors in the cage. All right, guys, that's all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. See you at the next one. Until then, goodbye.